My guest today says she doesn't know how much longer she has to live. One of her doctors has told her that she has only 5 years to live, out of which she has already spent 1.
If you make sure you're with your loved ones and everything, at least you still have up to like 5 years.
Wow. So you could say this is a show about death, but no, it's also a show about life, the incredible life that Kemi Afolabi has lived.
Everything, the total amount is 530. Here is my ATM.
But ma'am, I still need to go through them.
Why?
Yeah, because that's the procedure.
That means you want to waste my time.
As one of the brightest acting talents in and from Nigeria, since she was diagnosed of what some have called an incurable ailment, from her daughter to her colleagues across Nollywood, Kemi Afolabi is my guest today.
I have lupus.
Wow.
Yes, and it's not curable.
Yeah.
You just have to be on medication for the rest of your life.
Her friends, her colleagues reached out to me and said, look, they've convinced Kemi that she needs to tell her story to the world. She needs to get more help for an ailment she's still battling with. And of course, I was very, very open to having her on this show. And I'm grateful to her for finding the courage to share the story of this grueling journey that has cost her sometimes as much as ₦1 million a week.
The biology is about $1,200,000.
Oh my goodness.
Yes. It was not working. I was in pains. I was crying.
I'm sorry. Just to keep her life going. Today, exclusively, Kemi tells me details she hasn't shared with anybody before. She talks about the trauma that keeps her awake at night, still the pain she still has to struggle with. But in between all of it, we share the beautiful lessons that being at the edge of death have taught her, how her life has gotten a new lease, and we share priceless moments of laughter.
Yes,
you studied law.
Yes, I did.
Yes, I went to Unilag as well.
Oh, really?
I studied law as well.
Wow, really? I didn't know that about you, my fellow learned colleagues.
Kemi Afolabi.
The biology is about $1,200,000.
Oh my goodness.
Yes. So it depends on the kind of body, your kind of body. So it might not work.
So you're gonna spending that 1 point something?
Yeah, it was not working. I was in pains. I was crying. I was the whole time. So at some point I said, I don't even need the medication. Let me just wait for death to come. If that's what is going to kill me. But when I saw my daughter, because initially they didn't want her to see me. So at some point that I was feeling like I couldn't breathe properly. So I said, let her come and see me in this position. Let her come and see me. I need to see, even if I'm going to die, I need to see my daughter. So I think one of these doctors eventually came, and he was able to actually tell me the kind of test I will run. And that test, they don't even do it here. So you have to, I think it was done at South Africa.
Right.
Yes.
They couldn't do it in Nigeria.
I don't know if it's the machine they don't have. I don't know what the problem was. It was because we had to wait for like about 2 weeks or thereabouts for the results for the results to come back. So eventually, when I knew something was wrong, because I had like up to like between 11 and 15 doctors when they wanted to tell me what the problem was. I even thought it was something worse than what it was, because, I'm an actor, so I could actually tell the reactions on the doctors' faces. So eventually, they were asking me questions like, do I still want to have more babies? Like, how many kids do I have? And
I'm sorry.
So, sorry about that. So, they'll ask me if I want to have more baby. I'm like, yes, I do. So, I was told that there's a risk if I want to do that, because what they're about to tell me, I'll need to stay away from a lot of things. That my life has changed forever. Well, I sold my properties, my cars, and I sold. Actually, the 2021 I moved in, I was supposed to start a business. I was supposed to start off with a business.
Yeah.
Like my new year, like I want to do a side also. I couldn't.
Yeah, because you were ill.
Yes. I had to sell the property I was meant to start the business with.
Right.
Even with the capital, everything all gone. So, and I've not been working, so it's really been tough.
Yeah.
Like tough. I was naked the whole time. I even wanted him. I wanted help because what happened was there's a fluid in my so this is what this thing does. This disease. So it's kind of pull a lot of fluid in your lungs towards the heart. So that was the reason. Eventually, they knew what was happening. So that was the reason I couldn't breathe, and I had to be operated upon and to evacuate the fluid. And so then I've been placed on medication, and I'm still running tests to see if it doesn't come back. And so I've been going in and out of the hospital
for a year.
Yeah. When I was just diagnosed, I couldn't stand the pain. Right. Like I cried like a baby. Like I'll be crying even though I've been given the dosage. Yeah. I still it was really, really bad. All my joints, my ball joints, everywhere. But with the medication I've been taking, so I feel lesser pain. Except I'm having like a flare, like my inflammation is really high. Then I'll know that I'm in for it again. So I have to go and see my doctor.
So you're constantly dealing with the pain.
Yes.
Life. Much of the time, we're just hanging by a thread of it, and so everything can change. Just change. I always talk about 2016 because my life changed in 2016, and the things that I am doing today come directly from that. And I came to a bit of the realization that Kemi came to, even though her case is infinitely more serious than anything I've ever gone through in my life. And that point was just to realize what really matters in the world, for me at least, and for her. And it's just other people, just relationships. When you face something that torpedoes everything you thought about life, then you realize that possession, money beyond its uses for, taking care of your life, all these other things don't really matter as far as people who are there for you, who love you, who forgive you, who listen to you, who support you, who stand by you, who invest in you.
Even people that I thought they didn't like me, they reached out to me.
They reached out to you, yes.
At my lowest point.
I read a quote: human beings are social animals and we swim in a sea of people. Kemi has done a number of public fights in her life. As an artist, sometimes it comes with the terrain. But when this crisis hit her, just some of those people with whom she had had very public battles that rallied around her and stood by her, and not one negative vibe came from any of the people that she had fought with in the past. Now that is a blessing.
That's why I am going to be pushing love, because that's all I've got in me right now.
Because there are people in this world who will mock you when you are down, who will say that you are receiving your just desserts when all has fallen apart.
This minute you might be living, and next you're no more. You just have to live every moment as if it's the last.
She's blessed in all of this, that there are people who stand by her, who love her, who support her. And it's a lesson and a reminder to so many of us. It's people that matter most. It's people. It's not your job. It's not money. It's not the favorite restaurant you like to go to. It's not your favorite chef. It's not your pilot. It's not your driver. It's the people that you love and love you back that matter most. That matter most. And for many of us, may we not get to a stage where we have to learn that lesson the hard way. May we begin to develop those relationships that will hold us when nothing else